Hello guys, Dhananjay here and welcome back to a new video. This is the second video in the series Edit with DJ. If you have not seen the first part yet, then the full playlist will be linked in the description box below. I would really appreciate if you could watch the first part, as many of the things which were shown in first part are going to be used in the second part too. We have the Snapseed application over here because currently in Edit with DJ series we are using Snapseed application. Today we are going to learn about three different tools. First one is going to be selective, brush, and the third one is going to be HDR scape. Even though I'm going to show you guys HDR scape first as compared to other two, and I'm going to use my device in landscape mode as it will be better when it comes to this particular image, and you will get a better view of this image when it's in landscape mode as compared to portrait mode. And all the options are present over here. Tune image. So if you have an image where there are a lot of trees in different colors, like the yellow tree is present over here, this tree is green, and we have some brown color here, and building is in completely different color. Click on the pencil icon, click on the HDR scape option which is present over here. As you can see, click on that and it will automatically add filter strength, and with plus 50 filter strength, this is how the image will look. If you increase the filter strength, then the image will look sort of artificial. Even if you add the filter strength to 50, the image kinda looks artificial, but in my opinion the effect looks really good too. So 56 or around 60 is really good. Now if you want to change few other things, then click on this settings icon. Now we also want to increase little bit of brightness. As you can see, if we increase it too much, it won't look that great. Once again, this much is enough. And saturation, if we increase saturation, then once again the image will pop out like nothing else. So this is how the image was earlier, and this is how the image looks right now. And on the screen right now you can see the full sized image, how it looks before and after. In my opinion, the after image does look a little bit artificial, but when it comes to few photos, this HDR scape option will be very handy. Currently all the filters are applied to this image, considering that this particular image is of landscape and it's actually landscape. But what if there is any other human being in the photo, and if you apply HDR scape, then it won't look that great. Let me just show you that too. So this is the second image which I'm going to use. If I go into HDR scape and if I apply that option, then as you can see, the sky will become completely blue. Her face won't look that great after applying HDR scape. But let's go over here and select people. And when we select people, her face will become little bit better, and we are going to increase little bit of saturation. We are going to increase little bit of brightness, and this is how the image will look. This is how the image looked earlier, and this is how the image looked afterwards by just applying 2 or 3 effects. The sky is supposed to be blue, but it's not blue for some odd reason. But don't worry, we can fix that. Go into this pencil icon once again, click on brush, select saturation over here. You can decrease the saturation if you want. If you want to desaturate the image, you can do that too. If you want to increase the saturation, you can do that too. Currently I'm selecting 10 as the saturation because I want to increase the saturation. Now what I can do is I can apply it over here, and as you can see, the sky started to become blue. But how will I come to know that I have applied it to the proper places? For that we have this small eye on the bottom right corner. So I'm going to select that, and as you can see, you will see a red line. As soon as you start brushing around, the red line will become more prominent and it will become darker. This means that saturation is applied on this particular part, and we are using the brush over here. So that's why it's happening. Okay. I do not want to cover her hat, because if I start to cover her hat, then the hat will look little bit odd as compared to how the hat is looking over here. So I'm going to double tap over here. I'm going to select plus, and as you can see, the sky looks much better as compared to how it was even earlier. But my recommendation to you will be, use the HDR scape mode only if you have clicked any landscape photo like this one. So this is how the image looks right now, and this is how the image will look after editing. This is to highlight any particular part. And to edit an image like that, you have to make sure that your subject is wearing something, or your subject is holding something which needs to pop out as compared to entire image. So in this particular image, we want this yellow thing, dupat, is that dupat? I don't know what we call it. We want this yellow thing to pop out, and we want everything else to be in black. How do we do that? First of all, go into tools, once again select brush option over here, and we want to desaturate the complete image. How do we do that? Click on saturation over here, and we do not want to add saturation. We want to decrease the saturation because we want to desaturate the image. Click on this eye icon because that's very important. If you do not do that, then you won't be able to figure out whether his face is being desaturated or his face is not being desaturated. I'll have to go out of this. So yeah, let's go into brush once again, saturation -10. I'll select the eye icon and I'll start desaturating the image. You can use 2 fingers to zoom in if you want to make sure that your desaturation is very proper. I'm not going to worry about the edges of this yellow thing, but I'm not going to overlap the desaturation thing on this yellow dupatta or whatever that is called, as I said multiple times. I'm just going to desaturate the image as early as possible. So as you can see, the image is completely desaturated and we can see red all over the image. So I'm going to press yes over here, and as you can see, the image already looks so much better. But as you can see, his blue kurta here looks blue and this one looks black, which is quite odd, and that's not the case, and that's not how we want the image to look. And to do that, we are going to use a new tool which is called as selective. Click on this selective option. You have to press anywhere. Currently we want to make sure that his complete kurta is like completely desaturated. So I'm going to click on his kurta over here. And we can change brightness, we can slide up, change the contrast, we can change saturation, and we can change the structure too. We do not want to change the structure, we just want to decrease the saturation. And how much part will this particular dot affect? To know that, you can use your 2 fingers and you can zoom out or zoom in or something like that. If you want to decrease the effect, then you can zoom in like this. You can zoom out and select measure part of the image. And as you can see, even if I zoom out like this, the yellow dupatta will not be covered in this red thing. And this dot or this C or this B has a range, like this will affect a particular part of the image. If you want to see that, then this particular red thing is this particular red part is the part where this effect then this particular red part is the part of the image where this particular effect will take place. If you want to increase the area, then you can zoom out like this and increase the image. If you want to zoom in, you can do that too. But the good thing here, or good thing about the Snapseed application, is that even if you zoom out like this completely, the yellow dupatta is not selected, because yellow is a completely different color and it can differentiate between yellow color and this color. Now slide up like this to select saturation and desaturate the image completely. This is how it will work. Now if we zoom in over here, this is how the image will look. We want to add one more thing and we'll select it over here. Now when we added the point near that dupatta, it has selected all the blue points which are present on his kurta. So I'm going to leave it over here. Go to saturation and desaturate it too. So as you can see, the image is looking very good right now. So the black and white effect is pretty good in my opinion, but we want to make sure that this yellow thing pops out even more, even though this particular thing is pretty good. What I'm going to do is click on this plus icon, click on the yellow dupatta, and let's check what is the range of this particular point. So the range of this particular point is only dupatta. It is not covering any part outside that dupatta. I'm going to slide up, select saturation and increase the saturation little bit. You can increase it to full too, that's not an issue. I'm going to go into brightness and increase the brightness by a little bit. Does it look better? Okay. Now you can increase or decrease things according to your opinion. Like if you want to add little bit of structure to it, I don't think so that's necessary. I'm going to, okay, +7 is good enough. And now, okay, no, I don't want that. So now the image looks much better. His face and his kurta, everything is in black and white, and this yellow part is still yellow. So this is how you can use selective tool and the brush tool. I hope you learned these tools. And when it comes to brush tool, you have other options such as dodge and burn, exposure, temperature, saturation. If you want to change temperature of the sky in your image, then you can select temperature, select +10 and just brush the sky. It will increase or decrease the temperature according to what you have selected over here basically. So the brush tool is going to be very handy if you want to highlight any particular part in your image. This is another image where I'm going to use the HDR scape mode just to prove that HDR scape actually works really good when it comes to skies or landscape modes. I'm going to increase the saturation too, and this is how the image looked earlier and this is how the image looks now. Much better after using the HDR scape mode even, and this is only if you want to give this type of effect to your images. And as I said, HDR scape mode works very good in landscape mode, similar to this one as you can see on the screen right now. Now I want to make this image into black and white and I want to make sure that she is in focus, so I'll just brush around. So I'll select brush, select saturation, select it to -10, click on eye and desaturate the part which I want to be in black and white. And if we go into the tools option and then go into selective, because we want to select the red color over here, and if we zoom in like this, you can see that even though majority of the part is covered, even though majority of the red is covered in her t-shirt, it still goes out of the subject too. As you can see, the reds are little bit present on the tree, but still what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into saturation, and I'm going to increase the saturation to make sure that she pops out in the image. I'm going to select her face, going into saturation, increase the saturation of her face so that it looks little bit better. Maybe increase the contrast by a bit. I'm going to select her hat too, because hat is very important, and if the hat looks desaturated, then the image will not look better. Feel free to add as many points as you want, because you want to make sure that the image looks best according to your need. If I click on plus icon and if I select this tree over here, now this is where Snapseed's limitations come into play. Even though it was very smart when it comes to my other friend's photo, it's not very smart when it comes to this particular photo, because if I desaturate it over here by selecting the tree, it will desaturate her hair and her face too. So that's not a good thing, and this is where Snapseed's limitations come into play. So what you have to do is go into brush once again, select saturation, zoom in on the image, and you will have to do it manually over here. Click on the eye so that you will come to know that you are not selecting her hand. And this is what I wanted to show, that you may have to do little bit of hard work, and Snapseed may not be able to cover everything for you, and it is not that smart yet, but I am sure that it will become smart in the future. You will have to select all those trees manually, and in between her hands it's not selected, so you will have to select it manually too. So I'm going to select that, and many people will say that this particular image looks better as compared to this one, but these type of edits are not used for everyday images. You can use this type of edit for a specific photo where you want to highlight something. So edit your photos with selective and brush tool once again. For today's video, that's your homework, and I'll come back on next Wednesday. If you have edited any photos by using the Snapseed tutorial that I've shown you guys, then do tweet it to me at @Dhananjay_tech. The link to my Twitter profile is present in the description box below. And if you post any photo on Instagram by using the tutorial which I have shown in this video or earlier videos, then use #editwithdj, and I'll surely check out your photo and tag me at @Dhananjay.tech on Instagram. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. It was quite a different video, and even though you may not find the images that I show in this video as intriguing, but let me tell you, these two tools can change look of your photo completely. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then click on my face right now and get subscribed, because many more awesome videos like these are going to come real soon on the channel. And the next video on Snapseed application will be out on next Wednesday. This is the first part over here, and this is the complete playlist of this Edit with DJ series. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.